thanks a lot for coming out. We're Fugazi from Washington, D.C.
Problem is, if you don't say anything, then people place your thing on you. They say who you are. But then, if you try to like steer it all, then you start to feel like you're being, well, at least propaganda. Of course, like an issue of creating a false. It's premeditated. You're trying to steer people. Yeah, you're manipulating it. So.
Welcome to Personal Profiles. My name is Jamie Valdez, and I will be your host for today. For this show, we have two very talented guests, Ian Mackay and Guy Picciotto from Fugazi, a music group residing in Washington, D.C. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
What does Fugazi mean, and how did you choose it?
It's a slang word that I found in a book about Vietnam, which means sort of a messed up situation in sort of simple terms, and I just thought it was kind of a quite beautiful word, actually, and left sort of open to interpretation.
How long have you guys been together?
We did our first show in September of '87, and Guy was actually not with us then. He was in the audience, and he was doing backing vocals by the next show and sort of off stage. I got together with Ian, called me up one day, and I never really thought about it, playing with Ian. I had seen Minor Threat and everything, but it never really occurred to me. I was just really glad somebody serious about music was approaching me at school, but when he mentioned, kind of things he liked, and like this band, The Obsessed, that's from the DC area. He also liked, James Brown and MC5, Stooges, and reggae, and whatever.
Punk music or whatever is always about, undercutting people's expectations and throwing in like a spanner in the works or whatever. And for me, I want this band to be, if this is unsettling people, I'm ready to really unsettle people, because I'm ready to, I want the sound to always be moving and to be like, anything starts getting static, I start getting uncomfortable, because I feel like what happened with hardcore or whatever is that things get so ritualized, they're no longer powerful, they lose their power, they're not dangerous anymore, they don't excite people, and they don't move people anymore. They just become some kind of a traditional thing which people can just, slip on the clothes and slip on an attitude. But for me, it's a life thing, man, and if it's going to be a life thing, for me, it has to always constantly be moving forward and have some kind of a time thing, dimension to it.
only just for the audience's sake that we try like talk with them and confront them. It's for our sake. We don't want to feel like we're just playing to a bunch of, like heads, like, okay, there's some heads and some bodies out there, and let's play and go home, We want, because it's not worthwhile to me to be playing just to heads and bodies, because heads and bodies represent just consumers. And I don't want to have nothing to do with that. If they're there to be, if I want to go play to people, and those people are there with me, and not like, and that way, if we can get into a thing where we respect each other as human beings, and the chances are that, we're going to be taking care of each other in a little better sense, and then we can take it out in the streets from there, but if it's just a thing where they come and pay their money, and there we are up there, and we're out here, that was a good show, let's go home, don't make no difference, that's bullshit.
Hand them up, come on, out of the front, let's go.
A lot of the way the band works now is kind of based on what we learned in the hardcore scene of the early 80s. That was a time when kids were taking control of their own affairs in terms of forming their own bands, setting up touring networks across the country, starting their own record labels, putting out their own fanzines. It was basically kids creating a whole underground without the interest or blessing of the music industry. And it was motivated without any hope for profit. It was really just fueled by their own energy.
I have a lot of contempt for the record industry, and I don't particularly want to be a part of it any more than I have to. The fact that we started our own label is proof of that. When you don't want to be a part of something, you do it yourself. So we did. To exist independent of the mainstream is a political feat, in my opinion.
messages do you want for your audience to hear?
I mean, it's true that we address like political subjects or whatever in our lyrics, but I think that for about 30 years you've had so-called protest music and not a lot has changed. So I think we recognize the fact that if a band's going to act politically, that it has to be more in line with what they actually do as a band as opposed to what they say they do. So in terms of our politics, I think if you look at the kind of like in the Washington area, we exclusively play benefit concerts, and if you look at the causes that we lend our support to in the Washington area, you could probably get an idea of the politics of the band. I mean, we've done a lot of concerts supporting the Washington Free Clinic, the Whitman Walker AIDS Clinic, like protests against Operation Desert Storm, which we brought a video of and stuff like that. So
I understand that you do have a clip for us today. We're going to go watch the clip now.
I noticed the U.S. Park Police are filming us for our new MTV special, I guess.
Formula for independence according to the band Fugazi. First, own your own record label. Avoid greed. Charge only $8 for CDs and $5 at the door. Book your own shows and do not sell merchandise. That's right, no t-shirts. And do not make music videos. Result? Fugazi outsells and outdraws many major label bands, and they get respect. According to Fugazi, never mind what you're buying, it's what you're selling. This is Ian. Because it seems like people always focus on your ethical stance more than they do the music.
If you ask me, like, what is Fugazi about? I'd say Fugazi is about being a band. The nature of the music business is to make money, which is fine, because a lot of people, that's their art. Their art is making money, or hyping things, or that's what they do for a living, and they're really good at it. And it's almost even respectable in a way of how good they are at it. If they can suddenly create something and immediately make 1 million people buy it, that's pretty amazing, you know. But that's nothing to do with us. That's just a different thing altogether. Again, our concern is to be a band and to play. And then we realize if we played that people want to come see us, so we try to engineer it so people can see us in a way that everyone's comfortable, and mostly, primarily, that we're comfortable with.
One of the things about the way the band works live is that we always improvise the sets. We never use a set list, so it's never scripted. So like at any moment, everyone in the band has to be ready to go into any one of the 70 or 80 songs that we've written over the years. It's really important that you almost enter kind of a group mind or something so that you're able to pick up on cues from each other, which could be like a body motion or a move on a guitar or just eye contact. And from that you have to know where to go, what parts to extend, how to segue into the next song, what the next song is going to be. On nights where it doesn't work, it can really be a disaster. But on nights where it's really clicking, it's almost like we're reading each other's minds and it just flows.
We're not speaking until you turn off the camera.
Or at least if you tell us it's off, and then we'll believe you.
No one believes you. We'll pretend like we believe you.
Was it somebody personally?
My sister said that she met somebody who she'd been hanging out with, and finally he discovered that I was her brother, and he's like. He thought that we all lived in it together in a group house without any heat. Like we didn't eat. Is it true that they don't use heat? like that kind of thing.
Problem is, you don't say anything, then people place your thing on you. They say who you are. But then, if you try to steer it all, then you start to feel like you're being, well, at least propaganda. It becomes like an issue of creating a false. It's premeditated. You're trying to steer people. Yeah, you're manipulating it. So, we're just a bunch of monks eating rice with no heat.
Not too far from the truth this week.
Here we are living the
with no
Yeah,
heat.
man, it's possible.
Of course, we did heat the rice.
It's possible that we are everything we are.
At some point, I don't know. I mean, the work kind of has to speak for itself more always. I mean, it's just like.
For the second, after the E, and then it goes back to the E. It goes E, B, B, E.
I don't know what to tell them.
When I first listened to it after not hearing it for a while, and Joe's part comes up, the second half of that comes up.
Yeah.
It's not as substantial as it should be, but I don't know if that, because all of a sudden everybody splits away from doing, like when during the C parts, everybody's hitting C's, and then everybody splits apart, and that sounds more like us.
Only heaven called dragon separate from
Where did that come through on the guitars? Piano?
Yeah.
this time. Lost my own returning spine. Everything I've learned.
Just a minute. Give me your attention for a minute. Don't get so carried away with the boom and loom that we forget what's happening.
You have a slogan, America is just a word, but I use it. Could you please elaborate?
It's a song about. It's a complicated song, but that line is about how words and your language you use sort of ultimately locks you into a certain place. You don't have much freedom outside of that particular language, and America, in essence, is just an idea. I mean, it's just a word, and what it actually means is left to each person to sort of figure out for themselves.
Hey, 2, 1, yeah. It sounds good, Beck.
About 4 or 5 days ago, we were driving through Florida. We stopped at a rest area, and they had these little trinkets for sale. And one of them was this sort of monkey carved out of a coconut. Have you ever seen these things before? Well, Brendan bought one, and ever since then, we've been having terrible, terrible luck. Shows have been canceled, people have been getting sick, things have been breaking. Tonight we came in here and only half the PA came in. So we smashed that damn monkey. We smashed the monkey. And from here on out, it's this side up, ladies and gentlemen. From here on out, have a nice time.
Work.
The posse withdrew, leaving Evans and Sontag on the land.
Hey, don't fucking kick people and don't punch people. I'm talking to you right there, alright? I'm talking to you and you. If you want to fucking do that shit, get the fuck up on the football field, alright? I'm talking to you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Yeah, that's right. Now, I don't have, it sucks to have to tell people to behave themselves, but there's other people here too, alright? So try to be a little more kind. Yeah.
You know, I saw you two guys earlier at the Good Humor truck, and you were eating your ice cream like little boys, and I thought, those guys aren't so tough. They're eating ice cream. What a bunch of swell guys. I saw you eating ice cream, pal. Oh, don't you deny it. You were eating an ice cream cone. You were eating an ice cream cone. Oh, you're bad now. You're bad now, but you're eating an ice cream cone. And I saw you. That's the shit you can't hide, you know? You got your fucking shit, but you eat ice cream. Everybody knows it. The whole fucking place knows it. Ice cream eating motherfucker. That's what you are.
Go to the gate.
So, you might take this opportunity to suss out a slow dance partner.
The spout would drop straight down and you'd have to stand about here to take a shower. So it propped a piece of dial so between this little handy little fucking nobule here and the spout so that it shoots more outward. And it's more able now to wet a tall man's body.
The PA kicked ass. The solid PA. The guy that ran the joint was a freak.
petition, state of Virginia for 27 prisons, wildly Bethesda, an office framing, youth group singing, firemen yelling, Lockheed, Marietta, Lockheed, Marietta, Lockheed, Marietta, Lockheed, Marietta.
I mean, it's the way you guys approach songs. You know, the guitars are going and drop up completely, come tinkling. Yeah. Sort of like swinging a body over a cliff. You know, while you're over the cliff, you sort of slow down a little bit, just to create the excitement, and you yank it back in.
I'm a failure, not your failure now.
Take it back just a bit. Because I doubled it, right? Mm-hmm. And the first time I do the really quiet guitar, I'm spot on. The second one's a little off. I have no problem either way, but I just want to make sure you knew that. It's a little heavier, like.
It creates this really woody sound, man. It sounds like a fucking classical instrument. It's really cool.
Actually, this is the one that kind of sounds weird.
With live shows, the communication lines are very distinct. I mean, you've got an audience there, like a reciprocating energy that you can feed off of. And it's not something you have in the studio. In the studio, it's much more sterile, much more laboratory-like conditions, and you're trying to almost hypnotize yourself, find some way to like approximate that rebounding energy.
It's cool.
Here we go.
Go ahead. You're listening to something that's supposed to be quiet, and the loud part is supposed to come in, but actually it just...
When I'm doing the and the toggle stuff, it's not on the other times I've done it, or either with the other guitar or whatever. You hear a pure like. This time it's just fudged entirely.
You're in control and shit now. Don't say you're along for the ride.
Okay.
These are all my expenses. What's that? Even though they were required.
Good.
Okay.
Social Security number 1.
Now this will pay in
Daddy said that amp for 25.
Evidence against accused Unabomber suspect Theodore Kaczynski has reportedly been discovered at his remote Montana cabin.
Gee, you're the Danny Kaye of hip-hop.
You're the Buddy Hackett of lounge. You're the Buddy Epson of the Cocktail Nation.
You're the George Burns of trance.
The George Burns is good because it evokes a man who's lived to 100 years old. You know, he missed his 99th birthday.
He missed it.
He couldn't make it. But he's gonna have a big blowout next year. I hope he fucking croaks a couple of days before. I should take him out. That'd be like a really deep.
Yeah. Actual footage of me plotting the death of George Burns. One of the most loved entertainers of four generations.
What I intend to do is to come upon George Burns minutes before his 100th birthday. He will be at the Las Vegas Hotel.
Sounds good, man.
And I?
I implore you, please don't.
No, it
do not
must be
harm
done.
George Burns.
gotta build up and pull back.
Huh?
You gotta build up and pull back.
I could not play on the verses and just play on the choruses, you know?
It's the kind of thing where they could drop in.
God, you're so stoked. You don't even, all the pressure's off you, man. You're so lucky.
Well, I'm happy. I am happy to have that off my shoulders.
Sure you are.
We may erase part of it in the room.
You took all my chocolate! You took all my chocolate! So?
Sorry!
people always say like, well, you should have an explanation. You know, you should have an explanation about your songs. Explain your songs. It's like the lyrics are printed. You know, what more do you need? You know, that's
And the
everything
story
we've
is
done.
on stage.
Yeah, the story's like, yeah, we present the story on stage. When we play, it's still like the challenge is there. You know, can we like throw down? Can we return the favor? Because so many bands have blown our minds over the years. Can we return that favor to people out there? And that's still something that feels very straight up to me. It just seems like it's like I don't really. Oh yeah.
European disco. Where are the dark forces?
Me and Thumbelina down at the video store, searching out subtitles, searching out someone. She says to me, dear, what do you want to see? Me and Thumbelina crashing out to sea.
It's not important that everyone in the country fucking hears what we do. I mean, it's more important that what we do exists within a context that we control, and that is people are invited to participate in, but not forced to participate in, and not forced to have people mouthing off every goddamn 10 minutes about, like, you know, what trauma it is to be a star, or how incredibly great our new record is, or what the lyrics all exactly mean. I mean,
They don't just make normal granola bars anymore, do
Fugazi has probably played 800 or 900 shows now, and that includes 35 different countries and every state in the United States, some of those 5 or 6 times.
Like where I got to set up my own personal lighting.
This is natural. So
No, just don't look
I
at
just
camera.
started telling this story.
Look over here.
So about a week ago, I had this dream. We were hanging out with Iggy Pop.
Yeah.
He's riding in the band with us.
I start over.
It's
It's too
shut up.
stilted.
Where's Coach? You can tell it down here.
No, no.
Good job. You're doing a good job.
Okay,
Just
all
don't
right.
look at the camera.
From the
just
top.
straight, okay?
Joe, Ziggy Pop, Dream, take
Too much
1.
shine.
Take
Take
2.
the shine off. Powder.
You can film me all night.
Now that you won't have no excuse.
Look at her like the troubled sea, when it cannot rest, whose waters cast of mire and dirt. I'm gonna leave it on. And they were both naked, and they were not ashamed.
Sorry, Mom. But I think you're making a huge mistake. One that you will regret for the rest of your life.
Oh, I got a feeling when she walked in the room, and I got an angel in my two shoes. Oh, what a night! Though I didn't even know her name, I was never gonna be the same. Sweet surrender. What a night.
Something happened around the early 1990s. The industry saw a market in agitated guitar music or punk rock or whatever you want to call it, and an enormous amount of money and attention kind of descended on the scene. It's a lot harder, I think, now for people to be able to avoid that kind of cultural carpeting or whatever. It's hard to see things without seeing them through the eyes of that industry, and that really affects people's response to it, I think.
That is why my God is Crom, God of battle.
Anybody who's seen us knows we're gonna stop the fucking show every fucking time and ask you guys to stop, so. We've never seen anything like that crazy, crazy dancing before. Actually, it's just boring as shit, so come on. Let's everyone have a nice time. Everybody, please.
we get someone to look at this guy's head just split open.
Take your friend outside. Take care of your friend.
Sir, I'm a human being and I'm ready for an apology, but I do not appreciate being spit on by people. Do you understand me? Do you apologize? Do you apologize? Do you apologize? Okay, I'm not going to leave.
Frontier justice, frontier justice.
Thank you for your patience. Peace.
Yeah, we actually did drive. We were going up to.
Oh, I'm sorry. You were great, by the way.
God's office.
That's how it goes in.
This is the answer. You get a bass drum and the bass drum and T service. I'll take it.
The terrible thing is never being able to stand up straight.
If you want to go to Alaska, the tickets are $550 each.
God. That's a ripoff. That's $4,000.
Who's paying for it though?
Huh?
We are, right? To a degree.
We are, period. You're no longer sitting at home waiting for moments to come to you. You're out and you're going to the moments.
Kyoto, Nagoya, Tokyo, Perth, Adelaide, Melbourne, Canberra, Wollongong, Lismore, Byron Bay, Sydney, Tasmania, Hobart, Christchurch, Dunedin, Hawaii. May 3rd, Amsterdam. May 4th, Eindhoven. May 5th, London. May 6th, Brighton. May 7th, Manchester. May 8th, Glasgow. May 9th, Belfast. May 10th, Dublin. May 11th, Dublin. May 12th, Nottingham. May 13th, London. May 19th, May 14th, May 20th. May 15th, Leeds. May 21st, Nottingham. May 22nd, Paris. May 23rd, Paris. May 24th, Poitiers. May 25th, Angers. May 28th, Oviedo. May 29th, Galicia. May 30th, home.
sentimental. Caught between, I caught without. I'm a failure, not your failure now. In and out, just like a knife would. Text the flesh, leave a cheap wound. Fucked and fucking lovingly, congenitally fractured and away.
Alright, sir. You can turn now. As soon as I stand right the fuck in front of you.
I mean, do you think that the band is real different from other bands?
Well, yeah, in a way. I guess every band's different from other bands.
Well, I mean, what do they mean to you?
What do they mean to me? Oh, they don't mean anything. They're just music. It's something I like to listen to.
Because they have such a tight press type thing, you know, selective interviewing, things like that. You don't get to know them as much through interviews or whatnot, so you got to take them at face value of their music.
Because, I don't know, it's just what I like to do, just to dance. That's one of the reasons why I love coming to concerts.
The reason I like Fugazi is because every other band, especially punk bands, are mostly like so violent that it's going to turn on itself, and Fugazi's not like that at all.
I think Red Medicine sucked because it was just a vast departure from their earlier albums.
Do you read their lyrics, or?
Of course. God, yes. We know their lyrics. We fell in love analyzing the lyrics to Margin Walker, okay? That is how our relationship began. We're married, you see.
Yeah.
We've been married for a year.
We've been going for 5 years.
Yeah. So when we started dating, it was Fugazi. And we sat in my room and we analyzed like Margin Walker. We talked about Touch Your Hand at the Wall at Night.
I just really haven't, I mean, I've heard like a few of their songs, you know, it's just not a band that I'm really into. I don't have any of their albums, you know. But, like what I've heard I like, you know, obviously I wouldn't be, you know, I wouldn't pay for a band that I thought sucked, but it's just not something I'm really into.
I can't believe we're even paying to.
Well, I heard about Fugazi on NPR about a year and a half ago, and liked it and thought the rest of the family would like it. Heard they were coming and thought we'd come.
We like the old stuff better than the new stuff.
You like the old stuff better than the new stuff? How come?
Definitely. It just sounds better.
The older stuff is so much more punk. How about that, Buckaroo? Is that your name, Buckaroo?
Yeah, tell me, what does punk mean?
Punk means just fucking going out, don't give a shit about nothing, and just having fun. Playing good music, man. That's all there is to it.
Well, is that a good description of what Fugazi's lyrics are all about?
Fugazi's all about, Ian MacKaye, you know, Black Flag, Minor Threat, Fugazi. You can't fuck with a motherfucker like that.
Inspired me? No, I don't think they inspired me, not politically or anything, but musically I find them an inspiration.
What I saw today, thought it was good.
Where's your t-shirt?
A t-shirt? No, I don't really know. My mom bought it for me, so.
Basically, that's the only song I've heard by him is Waiting Room.
The music really inspired me to sort of be like more honest and more like intense about how I feel about things.
It's just more mainstream. More like, let's see how many people will buy our album because we're going to conform to what they want to
hear. See, I don't believe that. That's bullshit because they pretty much say the same except for their music got faster. Yeah, dude, they still sound the same. Their music just got faster. They never went. Fugazi did not go mainstream.
No,
that's bullshit.
It's more mainstream than what they used to.
No, that's
yes,
such bullshit. It's only mainstream now because more people listen to it, so they put on the goddamn radio. They never change their music. They go faster now than they used to, but that doesn't mean anything. It's just bullshit.
I just think he's like full of it. I just think he thinks that he's like some big rock star and stuff.
But I think it's cool how he doesn't give in to big business and how he started his own company, I believe a record company, to do things his way and stuff and not to sell out to big business and the corruption that goes along with it. I think that's good.
It's free and I live right over there. So like, I could sit at home and do nothing or I could come out here.
I like it a lot. It's got a lot of energy, but it's like kind of controlled energy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not just madness.
It's real tight. I like it.
I used to like them, but I think they suck now. I hate that they say no dancing, blah, 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 that fucking PC shit. I hate that shit. I mean, it is hardcore, or at least that's what they were at first, at the top. That's what it was. And you dance at hardcore shows and you fucking have fun. Go off and shit, but they ain't gonna say you can't do that shit. Fuck, what the hell? They're there to entertain me, provide me entertainment. So why are they gonna get up on stage unless they want me to have a good time?
They've definitely inspired me to like start playing the guitar and just trying to start bands.
Tonight's benefit happens to be for Emmaus Services for the Aging, which is a small neighborhood organization that works with isolated low-income elderly here in the inner city.
They're not about show business, they're not about money, they're not about hype, they're about music and ideas.
Sure, man. See you. How do you spell it? F-U-G-A-Z-I. F-U-G-A-Z-I. That's what I'm saying. The problem was, it was like, there was like a bevy of promoters. Like, Joanne was like one contact. Then James is like his business. And then his partner is this woman with the brown hair who I never met. And then there was the owner of the room, the old fucking guy. And so like James is going like, well, I feel really bad. Yeah, you did tell me. You know, you were right. You did tell me.
There's so much fucking damage, man.
Thank you, Spinach. Thank you, Unrest. Thank you, everybody who come out. To everyone who worked on the show, and to you all for being cool. Peace.
The thing is, it's like this thing. It's like a moment. It's like a full release, and I mean I can't. For me, performing or playing is as close to I've ever to as close to being free as I've ever felt in my life. It is by far the most extreme, like kind of feeling I've ever had, and incredibly satisfying and addictive, and you can't stop doing it.
you.